The following episode of Film Talk is brought to you by HostGator. HostGator is a leading provider of shared, resold VPS and dedicated hosting solutions. Their award-winning support is available 24/7 via phone, email, and live chat. Discover why over 9 million websites trust HostGator and sign up for a new hosting package using the coupon code GAMEITALL and receive 25% off your first hosting plan. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Film Talk here on GameItAll.com. I am joined here by the lovely Sheyenne Rivers. Thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, absolutely.
And she is here mainly to talk about her newest film, which is The Laughing Mask. Now, that's set to be released in theaters fairly soon, I believe.
I don't know about it if it is, but that would be cool.
I'm pretty sure it's getting a limited run at least sometime at the end of this month. I'll post more information about that underneath the video.
That'd be fabulous.
But, yeah, hey, get the word out there, right?
Yeah.
Now, just right off the bat, then, how did you hear about the part in The Laughing Mask, and how did that come about? You getting casted in the movie?
Well, it was really interesting, actually. I had met Michael Aguilar, the director. It was during a different audition for a completely different movie. I did the reading. I did a monologue from Basic Instinct, the infamous part where Sharon Stone was being, I guess, interrogated, the interrogation scene, and I got really into character, and I had a cigarette in my hand, the whole nine, and when I finished the reading, literally everybody was just dead silent and I guess still in the moment, and I guess I impressed him pretty deeply, and that project didn't work out for me, or him actually, and he ended up going back from what he told me, and he had started writing this concept, The Laughing Mask, and he literally rewrote the film to have my character in there. And I guess I made a pretty big impression, my attitude and the way I was. And yeah, so then he ended up calling me saying, hey, I have this part, and pretty much it's about you. And would you like to come in and do a read? And I said, yeah, absolutely. And so that's pretty much how that went down. And I did another reading just to be sure that he liked me exactly for the role. And that was pretty much that.
And so describe your character a bit, and maybe how she fits into the overall plot of the film.
Well, my character is Detective Catherine O'Malley, and basically I'm kind of like a John McClane in the movie. I get beat up pretty much. I'm more of a guy role in a sense. I'm obviously a chick, no confusion there. But yeah, I definitely have more of a dude attitude, if you will. And basically, I'm to investigate the murders that the Laughing Mask is repeatedly doing. And John, the main character, John Hardy, he's actually a really great friend of mine. You know, with the murders and their child disappearing, I'm basically investigating everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's my role.
And it's interesting that you said about the male thing, because I noticed that a lot of movies like this, it's a very stereotypical thing to have a male in that role.
Yes.
So I thought it was kind of refreshing that it wasn't a male in that typical hard-nosed detective kind of role, right?
Yeah, pretty much, and that was kind of the feel that he got from me at that original reading that I was talking about. I'm very much a no-nonsense kind of person, so who I am in that is pretty much who I am, and you know my attitude basically. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Now I want to bring this up because I brought this up with a few people, and I'd just like to get a different opinion on it. Because I have gotten basically everybody that's answered gave me something different.
Mm-hmm.
Now in this film there is a little bit of, there is a quick, it's brief, but there is a little bit of nudity.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering, already it's like, oh, what are you gonna ask me?
Giggity.
Giggity, yeah. I'm just wondering, like, your approach on that, because some people have said that it's some of the toughest stuff. Some people have said it's a bit just like it's very like business as usual kind of thing. How do you approach a scene like that?
I'm actually very much a free thinker and just very free with everything. And they made it so comfortable on set. I was pretty much very comfortable. Anything that I needed or wanted, they had there. But in general, I'm a very free person, like I said. So I just pretty much was in the role the moment it made sense. There's a lot of scenes where people in movies are done, and it really is just blatant, and it makes zero sense for that to be happening at that part. So it wasn't the typical slasher, but it fit into what was going on in the scene at that moment. So I felt extremely comfortable, and everybody was very professional, and it was a lot of fun, that scene. Actually, I remember laughing incredibly way too much.
Well, and I mean, it's funny too because again, the stereotypical thing in movies in a scene like that is that magically the sheet is covering the person the whole time, right?
Right.
Like just strategically covering, and in that moment, just like nope.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It was very much more realistic, yes.
Yeah, it felt more genuine.
Yeah, absolutely.
So also I'm wondering, so going back then, before the film, what was your background before you got into film, and what kind of inspired you to go into film in the first place?
Well, I actually, the first time I was a part of any film, it was a very last minute thing, and I had always done commercials and things like that, but never really got into film until I was asked to be a part of a film called Realms of Blood. And it was a horror movie, the typical cheesy B slasher kind of deal. And I was also able to produce on that. So I learned a whole lot, and I just was really intrigued by it. And then after that, I was a part of another couple of films, and they seemed to be sci-fi and horror in genre. And I love horror movies, so that's totally fine with me. And then I started doing some of the conventions, and I just really delved into it because I loved it. I, for some reason, just felt attached to films and horror films in general. So.
Okay, and so I was going to ask you if there was a particular genre, but I guess horror is your
that's my
definitely
deal.
horror, right?
Yeah, I love it.
And it's interesting because this does have elements of horror, but would you say it was completely a horror film?
No, definitely not. It's more thriller with some bits of it's really not. It's more of a thriller in my personal opinion, yeah. Mhm.
Almost like a detective thriller too.
Yeah, absolutely. Investigative thriller.
So what are some of the other? So you mentioned that other horror film, Realms of Blood.
Mm-hmm.
What is there any one in particular that you've particularly it's been like a highlight, I guess, that you've enjoyed over and above everything else?
No, that would actually be, I think, The Laughing Mask is the one that I think was the most enjoyable for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works perfectly.
Yeah, right? That's what we're talking about. So.
Exactly. Oh yeah, no, I remember what I was going to say. Mm-hmm. So we're talking about the acting side, and you mentioned producing a bit as well. Was there ever, or is there ever an intention to get behind the camera, like on writing or directing as well?
Yeah, actually, I'm working on a new. It's kind of a campy. Maybe it's kind of in the same genre where it's not horror, but it's in that same investigative thriller type thing, but it's campy and it's funny, and it's called The Booby Snatcher. So I also star in it, but yeah, it's going to be kind of my first directorial all-in-one me production.
Okay. Yeah. And I think, actually, now that you mention it, I think I saw a poster that you released. Yes. And are you planning on doing two of them?
I am, yes. They're gonna end up being shorts, to start, unless there's a lot of interest. But yeah, it's The Booby Snatcher and then The Revenge of the Booby Snatcher.
Exactly. I mean, yeah. How else?
And you know what? There may or may not be a booty snatcher. I haven't figured.
So there may be a booby and a booty snatcher.
That's right. There's always room for TNA. Just saying.
That's true. If I've learned anything in life.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, it's funny. Wasn't the Laughing Mask is based on a short as well, is it not?
Yes, it was. It is.
Now, I just found this out a couple days ago because I was looking up your acting credits at first, but I also read you sing professionally as well.
I do, yes. That was actually always my main thing is singing, and yeah.
So this is something that you've been doing since you were younger, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's kind of the first thing I really got into was singing. I've been singing since childhood, really, about 6 or 7 years old.
So then definitely Sheyenne Rivers, singer-actress instead of actress-singer?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Singer-actress. Yeah, you got it.
Wicked. Do you have any CDs or anything you want to mention that coming out or anything like that?
Yeah, I actually am coming out this year with a concept album. It's going to be coming out in August, and it's with my group Speechless. It's a duo project that I've been working on for 3 years. The record's been in production for about a year, and it's going to be really cool because we're working with, just unbelievable Grammy Award-winning musicians and mixing, mastering engineers. So I'm really super excited, and some people out of Belgium. So it's going to be worldwide, and I'm really excited about it.
Awesome. And you were mentioning before we started recording as well that you have like a coffee shop, don't you now?
Yeah,
well?
yeah. I actually make my own coffee, and I just opened up a coffee shop in Nashville. It's called Shy Girl Coffee Co. And I do vintage clothing here as well. And you can, I can give you all the information on that, but it's www.shygirlcoffeeco.com. Or no, it's shygirlcoffee.co. It's Sunday, man. I'm still sleeping. Yeah. shygirlcoffee.co.
And is it SHEYE?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So like the name, not like the word shy.
Correct. Yes. I'm a very confusing person, but the coffee is amazing. So.
Is that your slogan?
No, no. I'm so complicated. No, I'm actually not.
So complicated, but the coffee is simply enjoyable.
So amazing. Yeah. So we do vintage clothes and coffee and all kinds of good stuff here.
Awesome. Okay, so I got one last question for you then. If you could, this is just a random question to see what you say to this. If you could choose one role to play, if you could choose one role to play or a certain type of film to act in that you haven't done before, what would that be?
Oh man, I think it would definitely be a period piece. I would love to play, I don't know, I guess something in the maybe 1950s or 1960s era. Would just love to play a role like that. And of course a strong woman character. So I'd love to do something with that, absolutely. Either that or something extremely comedic. I would love to do like SNL type stuff because I just love improv. And I think I'm pretty dang good at it. So I'd do something like that too. One or the other.
You just named my favorite show in the whole wide world.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Awesome. So the 50s, we're talking like film noir kind of deal.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I'm doing the Booby Snatcher, because it's kind of set in that time frame, the 1950s and film noir, black and white style stuff. So hopefully I'll make that side at least happen for me. But I would love SNL type things, skits and stuff. So.
Well, we'll give Lauren a call, maybe get you an audition.
Yeah, right. Let's say hello. No.
Okay, great. All right, so I'm just going to do the wrap-up, and I'm just going to keep you on the line for another second after I do, the fake goodbye.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just going to get a little bit more information from you. So, just 1 second. All right, well, thank you very much for joining us, Sheyenne Rivers, talking about the Laughing Mask, which I believe is getting a theatrical release. But if you want to know the real answer, it will be underneath the video because my research has apparently been deleted accidentally while in the course of this interview. But I will find out for you guys and post that underneath. But yes, anyway, thank you very much for joining us, and have a great warm Tennessee day.
Oh, thank you.